Welcome to ChiroSecure's Empowering Women in Chiropractic, the Facebook Live show for successful women by successful women, proving once again women make it happen. Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. Now join today's host, Dr. Julie McLaughlin, as she talks learning, living, and teaching. And now, here's Dr. Julie.
Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Julie McLaughlin, founder and developer of Vital Health Protocols, and I am here with empowering women from ChiroSecure today. And I'm so excited you're joining me because I have a great new year little form for you. And today I want you to know, get out a pen and paper because this is going to be do level stuff. This isn't just going to be, stuff that's kind of, motivational, but I want to give you some things that you can actually do and learn today and have really great takeaways. So because you know what? Because you were born for this and you have a chiropractic calling, and we are going to talk about that. But first of all, I really want to thank ChiroSecure because they have done so much for our profession, and they have really, really supported us in empowering women, as well as all the other shows that they have. They're bringing such great content that I want you guys all to put little hearts in the chat box there to show some love for ChiroSecure because they are just really, really great with us. So let's take a look at how do you know where you're meant to be in life? And how do you know what you're meant to do? How do you know what your calling is? Now, I know most of you are all chiropractors on here, not everybody, but how did you know that that was what it was? And then sometimes we start that, but how do you know that that's what you want to continue? Now, I've been in practice, I hate to admit, but for more than 30 years in full-time practice. And I know that being a chiropractor is what I am meant to do. It is who I am meant to be. And I want to give you some little helpful hints to kind of help you on that path because we're all making New Year's resolutions, and maybe this will help that whole process be more clear for you. So the word dharma is a Sanskrit word, and it means path or teaching or law or vocation or sacred duty. But most of all, in all cases, it means truth. So what is your truth? What is the greatest responsibility in life to this inner possibility, to your dharma? What is it? And it's unique for every single person, whatever it is that's inside you. So, we're all making Happy New Year goals and, lose weight, increase your income, have more free time, organize your finances, whatever it is, expand your market, and, improve your online presence, add a new skill to your practice. These are all great. But guess what, right? By Super Bowl Sunday, all of these resolutions and goals are out the window. And the reason is because it's kind of like making a wish, right? So we're going to talk about making a wish versus deciding. So it's great to have a wish. It's great to have a goal. We all want to have those, but we actually have to decide what we're going to do. So Warren Buffett had this thing that when you're goal setting, he said to first make a list of all your top 25 things that you'd like to do in life, not just this year, but in life. But next, circle the top 5 things from the list to choose wisely, and then discard the other 20 and work only on those top 5s. But, I did that, but it's hard. How do you pick? If you have 25 things you want to do in life, how do you pick the top 5, right? So again, that kind of turns into a wish for me. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. This is my goal. But how do I pick out of those 25 things? What is the process that we can do to make sure that those get done? So we're going to talk about goals versus process. So you have the 25 goals, but we have to have a process, because if we're all chasing the goal, we're going to constantly be losing the chase because it's just a wish. So without a process, when we figure out the process, we're going to figure out winning every single time. And it's going to be successfully executing the process that's going to make that goal come to fruition for you. So when we look at process, like in our practices, we have processes. We have a new patient process. This is what we do. These are the forms that they fill out. This is the flow they go through in the office. These are the things we do in our exam. These are the things that we do in our documentation. We have a process. When we have marketing, we have a marketing plan. We have a process. When we do our functional medicine, when I teach that, we have a process. This is what you do. These are the questions you ask. If the marker says this, this is what protocols you use. And so we need to have that same process for our goals. So this is what I want you to measure your goals up against: joy, money, and flow. That's your process for your goals. And this is what it looks like. So when you look at joy, that's stuff that you love to do, right? What is it that you love to do? Money, that's how you get paid. That's how you can afford to do the stuff you love to do, right? And flow is where your skills meet your challenges. So when we look at this, there's a book, it's called Born for This by Chris Gilblue. And so he says, if you have joy and money, but no flow, that goal is going to lead to unfulfilled potential. But if you have joy and flow, but no money, that's like the starving artist thing, right? If you have money and flow, but no joy, you're going to have success without purpose. You're not going to be happy. We want joy, money, and flow. So as you go through your 25 list to break it down to your 5 top goals, I want you to put it up against the joy, money, flow test, okay? Because then you are winning the career lottery. You are doing what you love to do, what you're getting paid to do, and what is that's your purpose. So when you're making a list, you want to put all the options you have down right now. So it could be, I'm going to add this skill to my practice. I'm going to hire an associate. I'm going to, I'm going too fast on this. I'm going to go back to school. Maybe you want to get another certificate, or you want to start doing acupuncture, or whatever it is that makes you happy. Maybe you want to learn more. Maybe you want to work for a business. Maybe that's your goal. Or maybe you want to keep doing what you're doing. Now take whatever it is, and I'm serious, you got to write these down and then put it up against that process. And then you're going to pick joy first. And that's the first one. So if working in another business and working for someone else is not going to give you that joy, it might give you flow and money, but it's not going to give you joy, cross that one out. That's not going to be one of your top 5. All right, you got it? You want to start with joy, then you want to go to money, and then you want to go to flow. And each and every one of your goals that you wrote down, I want you to put through that process. Because at the end, you're going to have something that's going to be truly, truly meaningful to you in its entirety, and you're going to be able to achieve those goals. And you're not going to give up by Super Bowl Sunday, right? Because winners never quit. No, right? Really? That's what they say. But winners give up all the time. But it's not the it got hard and I folded variety. It's I went for it and I was working really, really hard, but it just isn't working. So I wisely and courageously decided to quit and do something else. That's your flow. So not everything that we do is going to be, a goal, a win, right? But we learn from those and we choose wisely and courageously. And sometimes it's much more courageous to change course midstream than it is to continue to go and be banging your head up against a wall on something that maybe isn't quite working out for you. So when we think about that, we really want to make I call it optionality, a plan to fail. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? But you want to have options. So you have your 5 goals, and then I want you to do to every one of those 5 goals, I want you to do a if then. If I want to hire an associate in my practice, then that doesn't work out because they weren't the right fit for me. I'm just making something up, right? So whatever yours is, then my plan will be to give them more training in their marketing or in their skill set or in functional medicine, right? So you want to have as many if-then plans for each goal, because then you have options. So that goal didn't just fail, right? You are consciously switching tracks. So you will still achieve your goal, but it might just be on a different path than you originally envisioned. And that's okay, because you're still getting that one thing that you really, really want in your life, but you are going to have options of different paths to go down, because sometimes we can't see those obstacles up front. But if we have these plans, when the first one doesn't work, we're not all discouraged and giving up and that's it, it's the end of the world. We're like, nope, that one wasn't the right path. We're going to take this path and we're going to try that. So remember, if then all your goals. So it's kind of like future casting. So everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And that is a Mike Tyson quote, right? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And no one wants to get punched in the mouth. No matter how good we are at future casting and making these goals, making these plans, life throws us punches, right? So a key skill of high hope people is to have the ability to plan for the if-thens and to anticipate the obstacles and create multiple pathways to reach that same goal each and every time. So this skill is rooted in 2 core beliefs, right? There's many paths to the same goal, but none of the paths are obstacle-free. So just because you hit an obstacle doesn't mean that your journey's over. It's just a bend in the road. You can go around that obstacle, you can go over it, or you can go on your next plan B, C, D, E, F path, because you're going to be unstoppable. So future casting is really hope, right? So it's a belief. It's a belief that your future will be better than your present. It's a pathway. So you have variable pathways to get the same result. You have the power. You have your own power to bring that outcome in your life. And you have multiple pathways, and you're willing to try multiple things until you achieve the outcome you want. That's your future casting of hope. So strong people have options or multiple pathways. Do you? And if you don't, now you know how to do it, right? So here's to getting stronger with every challenge that we lift in our lives. All of those challenges just make us stronger. So I want you to know that you can do this and you were born for this. So if you have any questions, you can contact me. I know ChiroSecure always puts great contact information, and I'll be happy to help you out. And I'd like to thank ChiroSecure so much. And I want you to be sure to tune in next week. We're going to have Dr. Monica Berger. She's going to do a great show next week in the same time slot at 12 o'clock on Thursday on pediatrics. And the following week, Dr. Nicole Lindsay is going to be doing another edition of Empowering Women. So have a great week, have a great year, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a ChiroSecure production.